is Naza and I'm from Music Bliss, and today we are at Panggung Asia for the Headbangers event, and right now at the backstage with me today is none other Ranveer from Mothflesh. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, brother. How are you?
Ah, good. Alright, so today you're gonna show us your rigs for your show.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Why don't we start with this beautiful red color with no red guitar?
This is my Strandberg baby. I call her baby lah, because every day I play with her. But she is the original Odin 7. This is the Indonesian model that I got. It's coming equipped with Fishman Fluence modens.
Okay.
It has a roasted maple neck. Tone 1, tone 2. You can do everything that you want with it. 3-way switch.
Alright.
And it's light as hell.
Alright.
Yeah. It's a very simple guitar, but it works for me and it works for Mothflesh.
Alright, so how long have you been having this guitar?
I've been having different Strandberg models since 2016, if I'm not mistaken. So I've been using Strandberg since then, and this is my latest model. I think I bought this during COVID, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a good upgrade.
So what are the guitars? Do you have, how many guitars do you have?
Oh shit! In my collection right now, because I've downscaled due to COVID, I've got about maybe 6 to 7 guitars now. I used to have more.
Okay.
I used to have more. So before COVID, maybe like 20 guitars, but I've managed to sell them off, and I shrunk down my scale. But whatever that I do have, I use it on a weekly basis.
Alright.
So a lot more focus per guitar.
Okay, sorry. So basically, in Mothflesh, you guys are using 7 strings.
Yes, we are.
guitars. Okay,
For Machine Eater, we are. Yeah.
Alright, how about the string gauges? What are you?
Okay, so I specifically use 1059 in Malaysia, especially in Music Bliss. Sorry to say, can't get anything heavier for now, and I understand because supply and demand, right? So I'm using Elixir's 10 to 59, but I'm looking to upgrade in the future with some more heavier gauge, yeah.
Okay.
But that's what I'm using right now.
Alright, okay, so next up, we have a look at your pedal.
That's right.
Yeah.
So for the pedal, actually, so I don't have a pedal. I'm not a pedal guy, unlike Mr. Dave from Music Bliss. I'm not like him. I prefer more all-in-one solution. So this is the Fractal FM3, available also in Music Bliss. Pre-order yours now. And it comes in with a very basic patch. The patch that I'm using right now is called Das Metal. Das Metal, that's right. If number 27, if I'm not mistaken, I think. And what I have is, okay, so I'm connecting the external expression pedal over here for pitch, because we are doing a lot of pitch bending in Mothflesh. We recently just experimented with that for Machine Eater, so that's what I'm doing right now. So I have 2 outs from this. The first out goes to the front of house, which is from here, and then the second out goes from here, which is output number 2. That goes to the return of the amp. So I have an amp sound and a front of house sound, so I can refer to whichever I like at that moment. And this is a very, very simple pedal, guys, and it has almost everything that you need. Just got to be careful with the CPU usage, because it's less powerful than the X8.
Ah, alright, okay. So in the band, how many patches do you use?
I have basically customized the patch so much so that the Das Metal patch that I was talking about, that's the default patch, but I've changed it so much it's basically unrecognizable at this point. So all I have is 1 patch with 3 scenes. So my rhythm, my clean if I need it, and a lead patch. That's about it.
Oh, okay. So
And all 3 of them have the pitch block engaged, so I can do the pitch shifting whenever I want to.
How about the lead and the what is the other channel?
Okay, so I have consider what you call a crush channel. Crush channel is like the orange sound, is like very rock type.
Okay.
Then you have a metal rhythm, very tight metal rhythm. Then you have a lead patch. So with the lead patch, I'm having just 1 reverb, 1 delay. Everything else is disengaged on the other patches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've covered yours. So now we're gonna go and check out the second guitarist. Okay, so now we are with the second guitarist. Another familiar face. You guys know who this is? This is... Introduce yourself. You want to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Dave from Music Bliss. What's up?
So, how long have you
Jumpa korang kat office tak cukup, jumpa kat sini juga. God damn it. Yeah.
How did you end up getting into this band?
Got the 2 ex-members of Imperial Decimation, the other band I was in. They said, bro, come lah, play lah. I'm like, okay lah, I'll play lah. So that's why it all came to be.
Aha, okay, right.
Simple je.
Okay, so we're going to start off with your
Yes.
guitar.
My ex.
Yes, your ex. So
This is
Then-
a 7-string band. This is the only 7-string I own. More of a 6-string guy, but yeah, this is the only 7-string I kind of gelled with. It's the Ibanez RGIF7. This was the first fan friend model that Ibanez released at that point in time,
which year was that?
2015.
2015.
So at that time, nobody was doing an affordable multi-scale model. They were the first.
Okay.
At that point, so I was like quite intrigued with the whole multi-scale thing, and yeah, I tested it, fell in love, bought it, and ever since then it's been with me lah for the last 6 years, I guess. Yeah.
Alright. Is the pickup stock or?
Yeah, everything is stock here except for the Ernie Ball locking pin, and I have this Groove Gear fret wedge.
What is
it's
it
called.
for?
So you know, sometimes when you play recording and stuff like that, there'll be noise above the nut, so it gets annoying when you palm it and you stop. You can hear the king, the ring going on. So you can put a piece of sponge, but me being the fancy ass that I am, I bought this product from Groove Gear. So yeah.
Okay.
Available at Music Bliss. Yeah, check it out. Comes in 2 lengths. There's a medium and a small, I think. Yeah, so yeah.
Anything else you want to add on? How about the tone pots? Like, is there any?
Nothing special. So volume tone, 3-way. This is a EMG X 808X. Yeah, it's a 7-string, but it is an 8-string pickup they put in here.
Is it a passive or active pickup?
It's an active pickup, so yeah.
Alright.
It's an active pickup, but it feels pretty passive lah. It's not too hot and all that. Yeah, and Ibanez are quite genius to put a bass string ferrule in here, because certain thick gauges, you know, the ball end is too large, so they had the brains to put a bigger ferrule, so you can put like, you know, bass strings in there if you want to. Yeah. So that's the axe.
Alright, so
Yeah.
that's the axe. So now let's go to your pedal board, which is
Which is this?
yeah,
That's it.
with his face. Look.
Yeah, with my logo. Nah. Yeah, so yeah, this the X8. I think most people know about this already. It's already discontinued, but I'm still using it because it still functions really well. Sound-wise for Mothflesh, very basic, just a rhythm sound. No clean sounds. We don't fucking
But
play
for
any clean
this
stuff.
show,
Yeah.
but for this show, right?
Yeah.
Why do you choose this over your like? Because we all know you have the Friedman and pedal and all that. But why do
yeah.
you choose this?
Number one is easy because we need to set up very quick in and out, and I have multiple routing options lah. So if lah, you know, we have like the perfect setup on stage, because here we run IEMs and stuff. Yeah, so if we could run everything in a perfect world, I can have 3 outs from the effect. So I can get an extra out to front of house. I can send one to the amp if I want to mic up the amp at the same time. At the same time, we can send another signal to our monitor mixers.
Okay, alright.
So everybody in the band can get a direct signal
Okay.
from this thing. Yeah, so it's just easy lah, you know.
Alright.
And the less hassle of having patch cables in between all the pedals. You know, like, hey, why no sound? Then you go and play with this cable. Oh, this cable is making noise and all that. Like next you'll find out from our bassist.
Yeah,
He
okay.
always has issues with the cables. So yeah, just convenience lah. Plug and play. It's always important to plug and play. Then of course, I just have one expression pedal for the whammy stuff in this band. This band uses a lot of whammy
Okay.
stuff in their songs. Yeah.
Alright, so in the band you are playing rhythm parts,
Only
right?
rhythm, yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us like your patches that you're using, like the amps you use, like
The amp is probably same with his. What was it called? The fast model. Dust metal, yeah, whatever. So I have that same thing, but it's EQ'd just differently. And I have like a tube screamer style pedal in front of the patch. So the way I do it is I just have variety lah. So I have like one standard amp and the tube screamer, and then I have one with chorus. I have a solo boost lah, because I have a mini solo, a short solo in one of the songs, and then this is a solo boost with a different kind of delay. That's about it. So straightforward. I have one clean, just the distortion and chorus, solo, and then solo and delay. Straightforward.
But back to your guitar, I forgot to ask. Okay, the strings. What
Oh, yeah.
strings are you using? Because you know the bass string you said just now.
Like Ranveer said, we have issues always getting thicker gauge strings. Nobody really stocks them up. So I'm also using Elixir 10 to 59. So thankfully with this multi-scale, it's a 27-inch on the top. It still feels, you know, we play in drop A. So
Okay,
it's
alright.
still a little tight, like, you know. Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Yeah. And then there's about it. And then picks is just a Dunlop Jazz 3 lah. Yeah.
Any reason why you choose this kind of pick?
I liked it, and then I just stuck with it, and I overstocked it. I had this fear that one day these picks will run out. So whenever Musically stocked them, I bought all of it. So like, fuck, hold for that. That's my bag. Pass the bag, pass the bag. Aku tunjuk sekarang juga kau.
Oh yeah, by the way, tell us your bag.
plug, another product plug. This is the Gator Pro Go. It's basically like the mono, but it has way more storage space than the mono. Mono is just for style, you know, but you can't keep anything in there. Whereas I have a ton of shit in this thing. So if I open this little pouch here, right? Kau tengok ni. So whenever they stocked up the pigs, I have this paranoid feeling like it'll be gone one day and I can't find the same pig ever again. So I kept buying and you know, I just overstock on these pigs, and so yeah, I just kept using these pigs.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have an issue if I like Ranveer uses gravity pigs, right? It's fucking easy to play with that. But I have an issue like if it's too easy to play, it's like cheating, you know. So I don't want the pig to ease my playing. It must have a bit of a struggle, a bit of a bite to it, like, you know, so to say, yeah.
So that's your tips, guys. So if you want to play better, you have to struggle with your guitar.
Struggle a bit, you know.
Yeah.
There needs to be a bit of a fight, lah, you know. Gitu lah. Oh, yeah, another important thing, if you're playing metal, always have earplugs. Like the one I'm using is the Planar Waves Poccato earplugs. They cut the decibels, but you know you can still hear the frequencies coming through the thing. So yeah, I always have this plugged in throughout the time in the venue lah. So yeah.
Okay, alright. Okay, so that's it for our second guitarist. So now let's meet the bassist. Okay, so now we are with the bassist of Mothflesh, Izzy. So, Izzy, nice to meet you.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you too.
Alright, so today we're talking about your gear. So let's start off with this very beautiful looking bass guitar that you have here. Okay, can you tell a little bit?
So, this is a Red Sub Coliseum 5-string. It's not a brand you can get in most stores. It comes from a website called Gear for Music, and think Kiesel, but instead of having your guitars made in the US, they're made in Vietnam. So this bass is actually made in Vietnam.
Ah, okay.
I bought it on Reverb, and I used it for in order to track and play for Machine Eater's album. Yeah.
How long have you been having this bass?
I've had this bass for just short of a year, so I'm about 9 months in, probably 10 months in. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's just recent. How about the bass that you've used before? What bass do you use?
Before this, I was exclusively using Warwicks.
Okay.
So I had a Corvette and I had a Dolphin, and that is my mainstay for the longest time. And I probably will go back to using Warwicks again in the future.
All right. So let's talk about because I see there's a red button there.
Right.
So what does it do?
Okay. So when I got the bass, it came with a 3-band preamp, and I don't like preamps because when I go on stage, there's so much motion and movement that I employ. Everything gets, you bump into stuff and it changes your whole tone. So I got rid of the preamp when I got my pickups, and I had these 2 holes over here, so I didn't know what to do with it. So I put a kill switch on it, and this is a little red light that goes on if you plug in your lead line. Oh, doesn't want to go on, but yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
right. So that's just to make it look cool?
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aesthetics. Yeah.
Okay, so I see this is kind of fan fret.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is 36.2 inches. This is the same length as the LTD fan fret bass or a Dingwall if it's in a 4-string configuration.
Ah, alright.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So when you play bass, do you play with picks or with your fingers?
Oh yeah, I'll show you my picks. So this is the pick I use. Fingers. This is stock, by the way. They're not Dunlop fingers. Can't afford them just yet. I'm a fingerstyle player. Yeah,
right,
I don't
okay.
have the same sort of. I think like dexterity some pick players have.
Okay.
So I have to rely on my fingers.
Alright, okay. So now that we've done with your bass, let's talk about your pedal board.
Alright.
So let's go with your signal chain. Like, where does it come in, and then how do it go out? Yeah.
Okay, so I on stage I'm running wireless, so it starts to the G30, and over here I've got a Y switcher, and if the wireless pack fails on stage, I've actually got I've got a lead line that goes out over here. That's usually coiled, and I just really I swap it out and I click this button, and that sends the signal, the summed signal, into my tuner. This is like the oldest pedal I've had. I think when I started playing bass, this is one of the first things I bought.
All right.
And it's survived everything. Coming into the Microtubes X Ultra, which I bought in Music Bliss.
Okay.
For a very good price. I don't know if I should disclose the price or not, but here.
Yeah. Okay.
The price is now coming under here, my torso. That's where it pops out. So I use the Microtubes X Ultra. There is a DI out which I send into our monitoring mixer, which I'll talk about later.
Okay.
And there's a line out, and that goes into my head, and I just use the head I use it as a power amp on stage, so I can retain the tone and the tone sculpting I use for this distortion pedal.
Okay, all right. So I just want to talk a little bit more about your Microtubes X Ultra. Okay, so why this particular model?
Oh, right. That's a good question. So I went to Music Bliss and I spent like an hour there, and your staff was like really helpful. You brought like 10, 20.
Was that him?
Yeah, it was. Okay. And I think the guitarist of Diffusion was there. Yeah. So we went into Music Bliss, and these guys brought like 10 different fucking pedals. 10 different flamingo pedals, and we tried everything out. And specifically why I chose the Microtubes X is because it allows me to control how much distortion I can mix in with the low signals and the high signals. So you can split your signals and actually choose how much dirt you want in those signals, and it's got a low comp. So this allows me to have a compressor built into the distortion pedal without having a separate compressor on board. So I don't have to carry more pedals. I used to have a Pictronics compressor I used to bring around with me all the time, but this does the job for me.
Okay.
And I use the cab sim, run that straight into the front of house through my power amp, which I'll show you guys in a second. And on my sections where I'm tapping, when I do a lot of double-handed tapping, I just bypass the distortion and go clean.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's move on to this tray over here. Okay, so.
Yeah, so this is our monitoring rig for Mothflesh. We run Reaper, and then the backing tracks are over here with the clicks. That gets sent into the Zoom L12, and what we do is, like, Ranveer's got his XFX and Kenneth's got his XFX. I take the DI out over here, I split it, and then we send it in to the respective channels over here.
Okay.
And there are these like monitoring out headphones, and we send them to our drummer and our vocalist. So they get close to perfect tracking, and they can hear all the instruments clearly, and they have access to the tracks and stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah.
So this whole thing will be on stage, right?
Yeah, so we cart it around with us.
So who will be the one controlling all this?
Me, because it's my Mac, and Ranveer does not know how to use Reaper, and I don't know how to use Logic. Something we should figure out. But until then, we both have our individual, I guess, like ecosystem and how we run our backing tracks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to see my amp and how I mic up on stage?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a Gale & Kruger MB800, and that's my favorite series of the Gale & Kruger series.
Okay.
And what I do is I run a line out from this head into this 2-notes torpedo captor.
Okay.
And then from here I run into there's another line out and run that through the cab. And then I send this signal, which has a cab sim, straight to the front of house. So it's an isolated, clean signal from the bass. Okay. And I run this with the effects running to through. So I'm not actually using I'm not using any of the EQ on this at all. I'm just using it as an independent power amp.
Okay.
And that's my rig.
Okay, so this one you use it only if you don't have any amps on stage, or how?
I effectively just bring this everywhere with me because it's equipment that I'm familiar with.
Okay.
And I don't like leaving things up to variances or variables. So we try to keep everything as consistent and as close or within our control as possible in order to get a consistent sound when we're on stage.
All right. Okay. Okay, so thank you very much.
Hey, no problem, man.
for your showing your gears. Now let's move on to another band member. Alright, so now we are with the vocalist of Mothflesh, Imran.
Yes,
Nice
nice
to
to
meet
meet
you,
you,
bro.
bro.
Alright.
Nice to meet you.
So, we're going to talk about your gears that you
Okay.
use on stage.
Yeah.
Let's go through your stuff. Okay.
So just to make it clear, I'm not a big gear guy. So for me, my rule of thumb is whatever works, whatever is best for my performance. So right now, for my live setup, I'm using an SE V7 Supercardioid, which I actually bought from Music Bliss. Okay. So I have this little bag here, little pouch where I bring everywhere. They're all bringing all these kind of bags, right? I just bring this to gig. Yeah. So this is basically the bag that I have, and this is the SE V7 Supercardioid. So far, this is the best mic I've used throughout my performing. Yeah, so far this is actually really brings out whatever tone and projection that I actually need. SE V7, it's the new industry standard, I would say. People talk about SM58 and all that, which is fine, which is cool. But when I did my research, they're actually saying SE V7 is going to be the next SM58.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
On stage, right?
Yeah.
So because when you sing, do you sing? Is it like just clean voice? Just screaming only, or there is some section with clean voice?
Yeah, both actually. So I do harsh vocals and also clean vocals.
Okay.
Yeah, so I needed a mic that can actually project both styles to, not to say perfection, but almost perfection.
Okay.
Almost to what I actually want, right? So I struggled using few mics before where probably sounds good for harsh vocals, but not so much on cleans. There were also mics where it's nice on cleans, but not so much on harsh vocals. I still have that mic with me, by the way.
Oh, okay, alright.
Yeah, so this one is, for now I had the perfect blend, the SCV7.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, so before that,
Yeah.
how do you hold the mic when you're on stage?
Okay, so
Just pretend.
I like to hold the mic like this. Okay?
Okay.
Given a perfect setup on stage, I can hear myself. This is usually how I hold the mic. Okay, like this, or sometimes I would just hold like this. Okay, I rarely cup my mic unless I cannot hear myself. I cannot hear the from the monitors. You know, everything is drowned out and things like that. I had to cup it a bit so that I can hear a bit of feedback.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
If not, I rather just hold it like this because
Okay.
the grill here prevents me from actually cupping.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so next one.
This is newly introduced to the live setup, which is the radial engineering Pro MS2. So this is actually a mic splitter where I will actually split one through front of house and another one to our personal mixer.
Oh, this
Yeah.
one, right? Yeah.
So this allows me to actually hear whatever it is that is coming out. Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, it's just a mic splitter. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but it's just that I was thinking if I'm gonna get a mic splitter, might as well get like the best one. So through my research and all that, radio engineering is said to have the best mic splitter.
I guess that's it. That's the gear that
And
you use
basically
on
that's
stage,
my gig. Yeah, I used to have a lot more. Like
Okay.
my other mic that I have that I don't have it with me right now is actually Heil Sound.
Okay,
It's a
alright.
Heil Sound. It's like a Elvis looking mic. It's similar to the Shure Super 55, but that one kind of needs me to have a preamp as well. Okay, so I used to pair that up with a TC Helicon Harmony GXT, but I don't use it anymore on stage. So I'm planning to pair this up with a Critical Mass TC Helicon Critical Mass soon.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna for now it's just raw, just with the mic. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, so basically that's it. That's it. Very simple on my end.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
By the way, congratulations with the new album.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Alright,
Appreciate
so
it.
guys, check out Mothflesh.
Yeah, check us out. If you still want to buy the album, just contact us. Connect to our Instagram and also Facebook. We'll send one to you.
Alright. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you,
Okay.
Imran. So, we're going to meet up with the last member of the band, the drummer. Okay, let's go. Alright, now we are back with the drummer of Mothflesh, Mr.
Hello.
Aizat.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Alright, so I understand that you are the new drummer for the band, right?
We shall see. Actually, I came into Mothflesh more as a session drummer. At first, that was the initial idea lah, because I cannot really fully 100% commit to the guys' rehearsals and gigs, because I have a bunch of other bands going on lah.
All right. How many bands do you have, by the way?
Currently, the active ones, about 3 or 4.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we're going to cover up about the gears that you are going to use with Mothflesh for the event. So let's start off with what's in front of you here.
My stick bag, which is a pretty spacey, can fit a bunch of stuff in it.
Okay.
Yeah, shall
Let's
we?
open up. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a Stag brand. It's got a pretty convenient compartment. I store all my notes, my cables, iPad sometimes. And inside there's a whole bunch of different little pockets.
All right.
For my drum keys, my this and that lah.
Okay.
So
So
like,
let's see your drumsticks. So what do you have in your bag now? Yeah.
I have some mallets, some rods for more experimental stuff, and I use mainly Baraira stick. Most of the time, currently I use Heartbeat drumsticks lah.
Okay.
Mainly because they endorse a bunch of my heroes lah. Currently my local drum heroes. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, and also to support lah the brand.
Okay. So.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see next in the other bag. I see there.
okay.
Is it leather, by the way?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's a Tama bag, but
Okay.
don't let that fool you lah, because the original bag Baraira. So my pedal of choice is a Pearl Demon Drive. I use this for pretty much anything. Like, it's quite versatile, I would say, because of the tweaking capabilities it's got. To put it, basically it's got like power setting for more of the hard rock stuff, metal stuff. It's got speed setting, light setting with very minor tweaks. You can get it done lah. So I use this pretty much for anything lah, for everything.
So in the band Mothflesh, right?
Yes.
So the way you play your double pedal, is it like just direct like that, or blast beat?
I incorporate a whole bunch
Okay.
of different techniques lah, depending on what kind of rhythms, what kind of notes
Okay.
to play. Yes.
Okay. So how about cymbals? Do you use any like your own cymbals during live shows?
Yeah, I usually will bring my special like effects, additional cymbals, like my China cymbals, stacked cymbals, some splashes, but I don't have them with me right now for the sound check. I use currently a bunch of Arborea cymbals, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a Brazilian brand.
Guess so, yeah, I guess
I
so.
think, yes, because they sound pretty unique and very, very affordable, in case anyone's wondering. But they sound really good lah.
Okay.
They have a whole different line,
Alright.
different models, so you should check them out lah.
Okay. All right. So that's it, I guess. Thank you very much for your time, for sharing with us your gears. So stay tuned, guys, for another episode of Bongkar Rig
Okay. See you soon.